Well, as I said last week, this past weekend was going to be one of the toughest road weekends of the year as far as conference goes. Definitely proved to be that. And I, first of all, just want to say that I'm extremely proud of our team and the effort and the fight and the grit that they showed this weekend. I'm not saying that it was always pretty, but I think when you go into two atmospheres like that and how those two teams are playing and can come, I guess, survive the weekend with a couple wins, very proud of our team and what they were able to do. Illinois State is a place that historically over the last few years, we have struggled a little bit at their place for different reasons. And so going into that and dropping the first set, I thought, our team, it was a little bit of a time where we just really challenged them. We challenged them in a lot of different ways. We were able to win the next two sets, but only by 2 points. So the amount of grit and what I would consider composure, possibly in those situations. I was really proud of that, especially when you have a few young people out there on the court. And then obviously we were able to win the fourth set. But a lot of things had to happen in that match for that to happen. I really give a lot of credit to Carly Taylor in that match. She obviously statistically, she had a double-double. She had 5 blocks, which is huge. And blocking is actually one of the things I'm most impressed with her over the years, that not a lot of people probably recognize what we're able to do with her game plan-wise. But just the composure that she showed, she had that give me the ball, I want to make a difference attitude in that match. And so it was really good to see her leadership and composure during that match. And then everyone else, I felt, had opportunities where they stepped up and really did what we need them to do, and possibly struggled at times as well, but just a tremendous group effort, in my opinion. So very proud of our team and what we were able to do on Friday. I think when he goes into Saturday night, obviously we had the matches are obviously very tough physically, but I think some of the matches have even more of an emotional impact on our team. And after getting beat by Illinois State at home, and then having the kind of match we had going into Saturday against Bradley, a really good team, you kind of worry about how we're going to come out. Bradley, I will give them just so much credit. Probably the best defensive effort I've seen from a team this year, and that's from start to finish this year. The balls and plays that they were making, and the balls they were keeping off the floor, and not just that first contact, but even if they'd get a shank on the first contact, their ability to chase the ball down and keep the ball alive, which is not just a credit to their backcourt players, it's a credit to everybody on their team to be able to do that, was just outstanding. And I think why I'm so proud of our team is that can be extremely frustrating to play against. We had some kids taking some great shots and swinging probably better than they have all season, but Bradley was just keeping it alive like it was nothing. And so our ability to hang in there. So those are the kind of moments I'm talking about, the grit and effort and fight and composure that they were able to show this weekend. Obviously, it went to 5 sets. Anytime you go to 5 sets, we look at that 5th set as just kind of a street fight, and whoever can stay aggressive in that moment usually is the team that's going to come out on top. And I felt we were able to do that even after a slow start in that 5th set. Inga Rado had a great match. I think she led us in blocks and kills and attack percentage, so really had a good night. And then again, everybody stepped in doing different things at different times. I give Kate a lot of credit as well. She's that kid that continues to do some different things for us as far as left and middle. It's very challenging, and I think she's done a really good job of really fighting hard to be able to be that for us. JJ came in this weekend and provided a lift, which was great to see. I think she's just slowly getting more and more confident with what she's doing. Because of some things she has going on, she's not always able to practice a whole lot, and so her ability to come in and give us a lift this weekend, I thought was huge, especially in our match against Illinois State. So very proud of her effort. We challenged our kids, like I said, with a lot of different things, and I was really proud of the way they were able to step up for those things. We challenged our backcourt a lot. With the last time we played Illinois State, we didn't feel like we did a lot of good things defensively as far as backcourt touches, and I thought our team did a really good job of stepping up to that challenge, especially after the first set. So really good to see. Our serve and pass game, although I think it could have been better for those 2 places, I thought we did a really good job, and again, stepped up to different challenges within the matches. So that was good to see as well. Heading into this weekend, it's a really, really good time for us to have one match. I think anytime you can have one match, we haven't had that all season because of those Monday night matches. You just get an opportunity, first of all, get some rest that you definitely need, and this is a good time of year for that. Secondly, you do get an opportunity to focus a little bit more on what you're doing on your side of the net, so we will take a day and just completely work on us, and then obviously still have a couple days to focus on Drake and what's going to make us successful this Friday night. Drake, to me, is a very dangerous team just because their record does not show what they're capable of doing. If you look at every match, they have been in every match. Illinois State this weekend, they lost in 3, but 2 of those sets were by 2 points, so they're always right in there. They play really well at home. We always have, in my opinion, a very good interstate rival match with them, no matter what each team is doing, and that's a lot of fun. I also love this match because it feels like a home match for us. We get a really good following. There's a lot of purple there, so we're excited for that opportunity possibly as well. Drake has the leading kill getter right now, leading point scorer in Emily Plock. She's a lefty that plays on the right side and also attacks from the back row, probably just as good as the front row, so she obviously will be a big focus for us, and then they are very balanced after that. So a lot of kids that have stepped up due to some injuries and playing some different positions. They're always a great defensive teams in terms of block and backcourt, so a lot to prepare for, but also a great week for us to focus on our side of the net as well. Any questions?
Last week's wins guarantee a bye into the conference semifinals. With how competitive the league has been, how big is it come tournament time that you don't have to play that opening round?
Yeah, I think this year will probably be the first year that the bye for me is a good thing. I normally, it's really hard to sit there for a day when everyone else except for one other team is playing, kind of getting the feel of the court. But because we're at home and we should have a really good feel of this court. And also, like you said, everything has been so competitive this year. So to not have to play that first day, I think is absolutely huge. And I think our kids need that time to rest. They need that time to prepare after the last weekend and not have to play on a Thursday.
Was there a turning point in either one of the wins over the weekend? You dropped the first set in both road matches. Is that a concern? And then where was the turning point to get it turned around?
You know, honestly, Gary, I don't know if that is so much a concern because, to be honest, we've had matches this year where we've won the first set pretty handedly, and that probably is more of a concern to me than dropping a match, just because I don't think we ever take a team lightly, but I think you can get a little bit complacent after you win a set pretty easily. But I think, it's just like we tell our team, if we get beat pretty easily, there's no way we're going to turn around. You still have a lot of opportunities in that match, and that's the one crazy thing about volleyball. You can play really poorly for 2 sets, but if you have 3 really good sets, you have an opportunity to win the match. So it's a very different game. I think maybe more against Bradley, like how we were losing, I just felt like we were a little bit flat, and not that we weren't into it, but I don't know. It just was a different feeling than against Illinois State. I didn't worry about that. I thought Illinois State, especially for our history there and how we've been competing, I actually thought we did okay in that first set. Just didn't come up on the winning side of that. So I think more of Bradley. And I think as a coaching staff, we still really haven't figured out why. I think part of it is what Bradley was doing. They're a team that, especially, they're pretty young, and they just play steady the whole time. They really don't have any highs and lows. They just play steady, and I think that bothered us a little bit.
That win on Friday night made you the winningest all-time coach in UNI volleyball history, and I think we saw that coming. It was going to happen, but now that you are, just how does that feel?
It's just one of those moments where, like I said, it's an opportunity to just really think about the history and the tradition and everybody that's been a part of that. And obviously, Raj and what he's been able to start here and continue for so many years and do it day to day and year to year has been really special. And to be a part of him doing that and learning from him has been huge. And then you go back and you just start thinking about everybody that has put so much of their heart and soul and so much of their sacrifice into this program, and just to be able to be a little bit of a part of that, it's pretty overwhelming. That's what I think about. And, you get a lot of really amazing comments from people that have been such a special part of your life. And I think that's another thing that you look at those young women and what they're going out and what they do. And for them to be able to feel so strongly about what happened when they were here and how much that's been a big part of their life. I mean, as coaches, that's why we do it. And obviously we're competitive and we want to win, but you just hope you're doing all the right things to teach young women, and that hopefully at some points the byproduct is winning. And so we've been fortunate here at UNI to have that awesome tradition, and a lot of that has resulted in some winning. But I think the other things that we do are so much more important than that.
Coaches in all sports, they come and go, they move up, they look for maybe greener pastures, bigger job, but you've always stayed. You've just been here and done a tremendous job. Can you just express your feelings on, now that you got 505 wins and you're going to become the winningest coach in Valley volleyball history, what keeps you here? What makes this home, and what just your longevity here?
Yeah, I think, and if you look at it, like even with Kim and Michelle and how long they've been here, Araj, how long he was here, I just think it is such an incredibly special place. And obviously playing here, you definitely feel that, and having the opportunity to have administration and staff, all of our support staff, it's an incredible place to be. Everyone feels important. I've always felt like volleyball has been important to not just our administration and staff and UNI, but our community. It's an awesome community to be a part of. They love their athletics. They love volleyball. And so, I don't know how it gets any better than that. And yes, there's bigger and better things in some ways in other positions, but not in the things that I think are important, and not in the things that I think keep you in coaching, because there's a lot of ups and downs with coaching. There's a lot of hard things with coaching, but if you are in the right situation and have the right opportunities, why would you leave that situation? And I'm just, like I said, even having, like Coach Farley sitting over there, just having the opportunity to work with him over all these years and being able to bounce stuff off other coaches. I don't know if that always happens within other programs, and that's been a really special part of being here as well. All right, thank you.